I figured today would be a good day to film a what I eat in a day video, WW style. So I have my lunch already pre-packed for the day. I did that last night. And I probably won't talk a lot during the day because where I work, my office is right next to someone else's office and people will hear me talking to myself and I'm just not comfortable, okay? I did want to at least show you how I make my coffee in the morning. I go back and forth between hot coffee and cold brew. So let me show you what I did. Okay, sorry about the angle. I'm ordering a tripod for tabletops. So what I do is I put a cold brew pack. They look like this. They come in a box. It's the Great Value cold brew. I will post a picture of what the box looks like on the screen here. But they look like this. They have packs that look like this. And then, oh no, I'm falling. And then what I do is I throw one in this Contigo water bottle, which by the way, best thing ever for traveling and coffee and all of that. I'll probably do like my WW favorites at some point. This would definitely be featured. So I put this in here overnight. I put like a little over a cup full of water. And then I take this out. I squeeze all of the coffee out of this because this does hold some liquid. Okay, that's pretty good. This is what I'm left with. Super, super concentrated coffee, which I kind of like. Still figuring out my coffee flavor. Okay, this. I've seen this all over Instagram and I wanted to try it. And the points aren't great, but they're not the worst I've ever seen for a coffee creamer. 1 tablespoon is 2 points. I think it's that wonky, like, if you get 2 tablespoons, it's 3 points kind of thing. I'm planning on putting 4 in here. I might not need all 4. I'm not quite sure yet, but I want to at least try it today, and then if I don't like it, I'll alter it tomorrow. So I'm going to do 4 of these. I think it ends up being 7 points. That is pretty heavy for coffee, but I am balancing it with a 0-point lunch, and then dinner is actually fairly lower point as well. So let me show you how I measure my creamer into my coffee. I put the cup on a scale. The scale is set to milliliters. My scale has that capability. Because 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters, 4 tablespoons is going to end up being 60 milliliters. So I'm just gonna start adding this until I get close to 60. That's close enough. I don't want to risk it. So, oh, perfect. So there are 4 tablespoons in there. You can see the cup is still only like barely even half full. So what I will do is I will add ice to this, and I may just add like a splash of water. That's what you're supposed to do with cold brew anyway. You adjust the taste with water. So I might just add like a little bit of water in there, but I'm gonna add ice, and then by the time I get to work and all of that, the ice will have diluted it a little bit anyway. You get the point. But that will be my coffee. I'll show you my breakfast when I get to work. My breakfast in total is going to be 10 points, including the coffee. So I will check back in with you guys a little later today. I know I didn't really get to talk about the lunch that I had, but that is my 0-point chicken burrito bowl. It is chicken with a marinade that I buy at a local chain grocery store around here called Price Chopper. I think they might be a northeastern store. And then I use riced cauliflower. I use a can of Rotel diced tomatoes, black beans, cilantro, lime juice, and some seasoning that I can't remember the name of right now, but I will insert a picture of it right here. So that's what I do. I typically don't like to eat the same thing every single day, but that is one meal that I keep going back to all of the time. So that'll be something I have probably 4 days out of this week. also wanted to talk about one of the struggles of working in an office environment. So one of my coworkers had a birthday last week, and another coworker decided to make a cake for her, and she brought it in today. So I went downstairs for something unrelated, not for the cake, but I walked into the kitchen, and of course there's the cake, and there's my coworker who made the cake. And I'm pretty sure she is mostly, if not all, Italian. And when an Italian offers you food, you take it. You do not say no. So I tried it and then immediately started getting a little bit of anxiety, because this is one thing about Weight Watchers I struggle with. I don't know how to track something I didn't make or something that did not come from a box with a barcode. So here's what the cake looked like. It is a double layer cake, and I decided to only eat half. Here's what's left. It was really good. And then I started panicking, like, oh my God, how many points is that? Was it 4? Was it 5? Was it 6? Was it 10? I don't know. Thankfully, after I complimented her on the cake via email, she responded with the recipe. So I input the recipe into the WW recipe builder, and I guesstimated the serving size, and it came out to about 6 points, which I would say is probably about right. If I would have eaten the whole thing, probably 12. What I did in that case is I've adjusted what I had planned on eating accordingly. So tonight I am going to make haddock and potatoes and asparagus. The potatoes have points. I'm on the blue plan. I reduced the amount of potatoes I was going to have. And then I had planned on having dessert, which I still may do. I may dip into my weeklies because the dessert I was going to have was only 1 point anyway. That's where I'm at now. I'm not going to have a snack, I don't think. If I do, I have an apple and an orange, which are 0 points. So what I will do is I will check back in when I start making dinner. Really excited because I know I'm at least going to make the haddock in the air fryer, and I may do the asparagus too, just depending on how quickly I want to eat. Okay, I'll check back in with you then. I apologize for the air fryer. Hopefully you can hear me. So I wanted to show how I track how many breadcrumbs I use for the coating of the haddock. I learned this from Felicia Keithley on YouTube. What she did was she zeroed out a scale with the container on top. Still haven't fixed that nail, by the way. Fun. And then pours in kind of like the amount of breadcrumbs I think she thinks she'll use. And then I'm gonna bread however much fish I think I will eat. I will put this back on the scale and re-measure, and then I'll just figure out what the difference is between the two, and that's how many breadcrumbs I used. So let's see how this goes. So we'll go with 31. Here's how the potatoes turned out. Chris just tried one and said he loves this thing. So hopefully that means they're good. So now I'm gonna switch this out for the fish. I'm waiting on the asparagus and then we'll be good to go. All right, the fish is almost done, so I figured I would get a jump start on getting the rest of my plate ready. I don't know if people think this is gross. I like it. I've liked it like this ever since I was a kid. I eat, well, potatoes with ketchup, which isn't weird, but I eat fried haddock with mayonnaise and ketchup. I'm sorry if that's gross to some people. So I've zeroed out my scale. It is set to grams. So I want 1 tablespoon of light mayonnaise and 1 tablespoon of ketchup. So 1 tablespoon of light mayonnaise is 15 grams. That's 1 point. 1 tablespoon of this ketchup is 17 grams. And that's also 1 point. So I don't know if I can I do it like this? I don't know if you guys can see. I'm balancing you under my chin, so I'll find out when I'm editing. Let's see. 15. There we go. So there's 15 of, whoops, you're falling. You're falling. 15 of mayonnaise, and now I'll do ketchup. I am waiting for the fish, and I'll show you the finished product. Oh, all right, well, maybe I'll just do 2 points worth. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it. I was at 124 grams, but I really don't need that many potatoes, and I want Chris and Kinsley to have enough, so I'm gonna see how many grams it'll be for 2 points, and then I'll adjust accordingly. Okay, so Kinsley is now asleep, and I'm getting my lunch bag packed for tomorrow. I am not a morning person, so it's really nice to have this done, and then when I get up, I can just grab it and I can go. I didn't like really talk about my breakfast this morning. Well, I might have. I can't remember. It's a Monday. So I wanted to show you how I made it now, in case I didn't really talk about it before. I will say I felt like it was missing something this morning, and that might have been because I didn't toast the bagel. So maybe tomorrow morning I will toast it. But let me show you how I put it together. I have to spray. This just keeps the egg kind of round. And then I decided to cook the Canadian bacon a little bit. It doesn't need to be cooked, but I was just wondering how that would be. So giving it a go. The Canadian bacon is 0 points because I'm only using 1 slice. The egg is 0 points. And then when that is done cooking, I will add some fat-free cheddar. This brand is significantly cheaper than the Kraft brand. I think this is like $1.98 or something like that, maybe $1.78, somewhere around there. And the Kraft brand is over $4. It's friggin' ridiculous. And then I know some people either like really love this stuff or they think it's disgusting. I am finding it helpful so far. So I'm gonna add this to the bagel tomorrow morning once it's done toasting. So I'm gonna finish cooking this, and then I can kind of show you what it looks like when I'm all done. This is ready to go for tomorrow. So again, the egg is 0, the Canadian bacon is 0, the fat-free cheese is 0 because I used less than a 1/4 cup. The bagel thin by Thomas is 3 points. So tomorrow morning I will toast this. I will add a little bit of the butter spray, and then I'll throw it all together. I'll have to rewarm this up, assemble, and we are good to go. So to finish off tonight, I'm going to have a smart cake and just some water to go with it. I honestly didn't want to like the smart cakes. I saw that they were having a really good sale. It was a 40% off sale because I've looked at their website in the past, but I don't know if it was the shipping or what it was, always prohibited me from buying. But with the 40% off sale and free shipping, I ended up getting 2 boxes of chocolate smart cakes and 6 hamburger buns. I think it ended up being like $15. So we haven't had the hamburger buns yet, but they look like this, and they are 1 point for the bun, which is amazing, but I haven't tried them yet, so I don't know if they taste amazing. Points-wise, they're pretty amazing. You have to keep them frozen until you use them because they perish pretty quickly, is my understanding. So yeah, I've got my dessert. The smart cake is 1 point, by the way, if I hadn't said so. I've got my breakfast for tomorrow. I also am gonna pack unsweetened applesauce. It's 0 points. And then I've got my chicken burrito bowl, 0-point chicken burrito bowl. I have some Faye 0% yogurt as sour cream for the chicken burrito bowl, an orange, an apple, and a light Baby Bell cheese, just in case I want a snack. The coffee. I gotta talk about the coffee. The Funfetti creamer is fine. So I used 4 tablespoons this morning, and maybe my coffee was too strong. It made it more sweet, like it was sweet tasting, but it wasn't like, I don't know, I think my coffee was too strong. So to help combat that, I added more water to my cup tonight in hopes that tomorrow morning it'll be better. Although, to be honest, I ain't feeling great about using 7 points of creamer in my coffee. So I may just do 3 tablespoons for 5 points and then 1 tablespoon of the Coffee Mate sugar-free Italian cream. So it's not necessarily like the amount of creamer that bothers me. It's the point value for the creamer. I never usually have 7-point coffees unless it's the weekend and I know I have the points to spare. But yeah, so that was my very first What I Eat in a Day. I really enjoyed filming this a lot, so I'm definitely going to be coming out with more of these in the future. If there are products that you really like for Weight Watchers, I don't care if it's breakfast, snacks, lunch, dinner, leave them in a comment below because I love seeing what other people eat. I love getting suggestions. That's one of the reasons why I'm on my Instagram account all the time, because I like to surf around and see what people are eating because I don't like to get stuck in a rut. I really like new ideas and trying new things. So if you like these type of videos, give it a thumbs up so I know to keep making them, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.